Hong Kong has one of the most famous skylines in the world. How it's actually like to spend a few days here. We heard a lot about the energy and the crazy density about this city. Over the next 4 days, we're gonna be checking out what Hong Kong has to offer. We're gonna be checking out the Lantau Island, of course the Peak, the Star Ferry, and we're gonna be ending this trip off with a full day in Disney World. We started the trip from Bangkok, flying with Hong Kong Express. Hong Kong Express is a low-cost airline under the Cathay Pacific Group, and for a short regional flight like this, it actually does the job perfectly fine. A few hours later, we arrived in Hong Kong, ready to start the next few days exploring the city. Hong Kong is one of the most dense and vibrant cities in the world, and over the next few days we're going to explore what it's really like to spend some time here. After arriving in Hong Kong, we made our way to our hotel on the Kowloon side, which will be our base for the next few days. Walking through Hong Kong, you really start to notice how intense the city feels. Everything is closer, more compact, and there's just a constant flow of people and movement everywhere. It's a very different kind of energy compared to what we're used to. So in the evening is where Hong Kong really comes alive. And one thing I would note is that if you're coming here visiting Hong Kong as a tourist, first-time visitors, there's two main areas that you would consider staying at. There's the Hong Kong Island, and then there's the Kowloon area, which is the area that we stay in this time. If you're coming here as a family, Kowloon is probably going to be your best choice. The area is more flat, more walkable, easier to get around. Whereas if you come here as a single or couple or some friends, I would recommend you to stay at the Hong Kong Island, which has the Lang Kwai Fong or LKF, which is the primary nightlife district in Hong Kong, and also Soho, which is a more cosmopolitan dine-out, wine bar, cocktail lounges and stuff like that. So, but right now we are heading towards getting something to eat, and then down towards the Victoria Harbour, towards the Symphony of Light. We grabbed some dinner here in Kowloon before heading down towards Victoria Harbour. This area is a great place to stay, especially if you're visiting Hong Kong for the first time as a family. Every evening at 8 p.m, Hong Kong puts on the Symphony of Light, a light and laser show across the Hong Kong skyline, and watching it from the water gives you a completely different perspective of the city. The next morning we woke up to a very different view of the city. The weather had turned and the skyline looked completely different compared to the night before. But we still decided to head out towards Lantau Island, hoping it would clear up later on the day. Lantau Island is one of the most popular day trips from Hong Kong, and getting there is actually pretty straightforward. The MTR system here is fast, efficient and very easy to navigate, making it one of the easiest ways to get around the city. And if you're visiting Hong Kong, definitely makes sense to get an octopus card. It works across public transport and makes everything a lot more convenient. So weather has cleared up a bit. We made our way out to Lantau Island, which is about a 35 to 40 minute train ride away from the central part of Hong Kong. And we are to try out the Ngong 360 cable car line, which is running just over here. Should be a great experience, and hopefully we will have a great view. The clouds is a bit low, so yeah, we'll see. So yeah, let's check it out. Our way inside the Ngong 360 cable car. We have booked a Crystal Plus class cabin, which is glass all over. There's 3 types of cars. There's the normal one, there's the Crystal one, and then there's the Crystal Plus. As I will show you here, you can see that there's a long way down. Everything is glass here. Just a quick note here, if you in any ways have any fear of heights, then I will strongly advise against the Crystal Plus cars. So we made our way to the top, or the other end of the cable car, and I'll say that was a quite exciting ride, and definitely recommend if you come to Hong Kong, and if you have the guts for it, then go for one of these cable Crystal Plus cars, glass all around. So right now we're in the Ngong Ping Village, which is also where the big Buddha of Hong Kong is located. Beyond the village, this area also has a more cultural side. It's home to the Tian Tan Buddha and several temples, giving it a very different feel compared to the city below. So just a quick tip if you want to come to Lantau Island here in Hong Kong and try out the Ngong 360 cable line, then I will recommend that you come out here early in the morning around 10 o'clock. I think it opens at that time. The weather is good, then the lines can be extremely long. If you want to skip the line or skip some of the line, then go onto a platform called Klook. I have a link somewhere in the description, and book your ticket in advance. It's cheaper, and then you're gonna jump the first part of the line. So after spending the last 3 or 4 hours up here in the Ngong Ping village on the Lantau Island, it's time for us to head down again with the cable car. We're grabbing a closed type this time, not the open glass version that we came up with. On the way down, the weather finally cleared up and the views really opened up. You can even spot Hong Kong International Airport from here, built on a man-made island just outside of the city. Good morning from Hong Kong. It's day number 2. The weather is still shite, but hopefully it's gonna get better during the day. The plan is to grab ourselves some breakfast, and then we are gonna head down towards the pier here on the Kowloon side of Hong Kong, and taking the Star Ferry towards the Hong Kong Island and the central area, and then we plan to go towards the Peak today and check that out. But first, some breakfast. The Star Ferry is one of the most iconic ways to get across Victoria Harbour, connecting Kowloon with the Hong Kong Island. So we made our way down to the pier here on the Kowloon side, and this area is easy to find due to the big old railway tower you can see behind me. And right now we're heading over the Victoria Harbour, and we're grabbing the Star Ferries, which is actually just a normal part of the Hong Kong infrastructure, but has slowly become a tourist attraction as well due to the shape and the form of these Star Ferries. They were built in, I think, in the 1920s, and the ferries has not updated since. There's been some newly built one, but it has the old design. So it's like going a bit back in time. I think most of the ferries in service today was built around the 1950s, 60s and 70s, with only 1 or 2 of them being built all the way up in the 70s. But we're heading over, buying a ticket, and then we are off to the main Hong Kong Island. It's a short ride, but one of the best ways to see Hong Kong skyline from the water. So we are on Hong Kong Island now, and this part of town is definitely more big city vibe and lively than the Kowloon area. But I will say, as I mentioned early on in this video, that if you're traveling as a family or with smaller kids, I will definitely recommend you staying on the Kowloon side, because this area is way more hectic over here at the Hong Kong Island, and also is way more uneven. There's many stairs up and down, left, right and center. So it's nice place, but a bit challenging to get around with a stroller or with the smaller kids. But we're off to the Peak trying to find the tram now. One of the most iconic things to do in Hong Kong is heading up to the Victoria Peak. It's known for having one of the best views over the entire city. To get up there, you take the Peak Tram, which is one of the steepest funicular railways in the world. It's a short ride, but definitely part of the experience. So, standing on the top of the Peak, and we're still not too lucky with the weather. We are more or less inside clouds right now. But if you're in Hong Kong, then yeah, I'll suggest you come up here, but do it on a day where the sun is out, because this area is primarily a viewpoint and a lot of tourist shops. So, but yeah, you take the tram. It's about a 10-minute ride from the bottom, super steep, and a nice ride up. The queue there can get a bit hefty, but you can buy something called the Ruby class, where more or less means that you can skip the line. I did that today, but as the weather is, there's not that many people up here, so that was a complete waste of money. But if you're here on a nice sunny day and you're planning to visit the peak, then consider buying one of these Ruby class. And again, you can do that on the platform called Klook, and it works effortlessly. So yeah, anyway, let's check it out and see if the sun may come out during the day. Small add-on you can get yourself when you are at the peak is the Sky Terrace 428, I think the name is, for a small add-on. Again, you can also buy a combined ticket where you get the Ruby Pass and you get up here. You can also combine it with access to the Madame Tussauds, which is also up here. So yeah, again today you can see we are more or less inside the cloud, so maybe not worth it today, but the good thing, we skipped all lines. There was more or less no people, so that's nice. I'm super impatient, so standing in line for hours is not really my thing. So yeah, prefer to be inside the clouds and have a partially good view. I don't know how it's gonna come out on camera, but yeah, it's okay. Guys, it's day number 3 here in Hong Kong, and today we are spending the entire day at the Hong Kong Disneyland. But I think I will make a separate video about our day here in the park, but I will play a quick montage for you to see right now. So it is day number 4 here in Hong Kong, and we are actually on the way to the airport, flying out to Borneo here in a couple of hours. If you enjoyed the small montage from Disney World yesterday, then the full video from Disneyland will be up on the channel soon. And if you're watching somewhere from the future, then the link will be up here somewhere. But as I said, we are on the way to the airport, so I will be closing this video off. We are spending the next 10 days in Borneo, first around 6 days in Shangri-La at Kota Kinabalu, and then afterwards 4 days in the Borneo jungle at the Kitapatanga River and the Sipilok to hopefully watch some orangutans. If you want to watch that, then consider subscribing to the channel, and if you like this video, then yeah, give it a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.